Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sounds good. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jenna Jean Smith. The file number is 22-00375. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of the people.
Mike Mataloni on behalf of Jenna Smith.
Thank you. Today was a date that was set for a probable cause conference. My understanding is that the defendant wishes to waive her right to preliminary examination. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Ms. Lacy?
The people would agree to also unconditionally waive their rights to preliminary examination at this time.
Okay, was there an offer?
No.
Okay. Okay, and Ms. Smith, can you hear me clearly, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
Okay, ma'am, you understand that you have the constitutional right to have a preliminary examination here in the district court?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that at the time of your examination, you have the constitutional right to have the prosecution establish their burden of probable cause. So they have to establish that there's sufficient probable cause that a crime was committed and that there's sufficient probable cause that you were the person who committed the crime. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to unconditionally waive your right to that examination?
Or ma'am, I want to waive it.
Okay, so unconditional means you can't come back later and say you want to have the exam. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
This case will then be bound over to the circuit court without any preliminary hearing here in the district court, and you can further negotiate or proceed to trial in circuit court. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to want to waive your exam?
No, ma'am.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to waive your exam?
No, ma'am.
And are you waiving it freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I find your waiver to be made freely and voluntarily. This matter will be bound over to the circuit court. Ms. Nash, what's the bind over date?
You don't need to go to court for that, Ms. Smith. So
Okay.
it's just for the judge.
Thank you.
March 23rd.
Okay, bind over date's going to be March 23rd, and as your attorney indicated, that's not a date that you need to appear in court. That's just the date they'll get the file from this court, okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And Judge, just for the record, you have permission to sign both my name and my client's name on the preliminary exam waiver. Understanding
No.
we're doing this via Zoom.
Yeah, it's been typical that we've not been getting a lot of attorney signatures since the pandemic. So I do note here that it's done on the record, so it won't require your signature. Other than that, do you have any questions or any additional matters for the record?
None for the defense.
Okay,
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. And I will get back to you, Judge.
thank
As soon as I
you.
get into the jail to see Mr.
Thanks.
Hopkins.
Good luck with that.
Ah,
Thank you.
yes. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Ms. Smith.
Thank you.
I'm not sure who that is. Who's in the jail?
Keith Gaines Jr., Your Honor.
Who's representing Mr. Gaines?
Mr. Cornish, Judge.
Oh, Mr. Cornish, you're on Zoom and in the courtroom. Okay. Okay, do I have Mr. Gaines' file? Well, what are we doing, Mr. Cornish?
Thank you, Your Honor. I think we're going to be waiving the 21 days on both these files at this point. My client has court with Clinton County next week. As you can see, he's in yellow, not in our normal colors. He's got his prelims or exams up there next week. So I had emailed that out, letting people know, and I really hadn't heard. I just was told to address it today on the record.
Okay, so you just want to waive the 21-day timeline?
And get a new date. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Keith Douglas Gaines Jr. The file numbers I have here, 20-01082 and 22-00438. FY council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Assistant Public Defender Steve Cornish on behalf of Mr. Gaines appearing via Zoom by consent.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for probable cause conference. Preliminary examination is scheduled for next week, but as indicated by a defense attorney, he has another exam in another county, is that correct?
I'm given to understand if Mr. Gaines has court next week on his matters in Clinton County, which is the county that is currently housing him.
Okay.
And I had sent that email off. We'd be requesting a new date for his two matters.
Okay, okay, so due to that, I'm going to find good cause to waive the 21-day timeline, and we'll get you a new date, Mr. Gaines. So you'll still have your exam, it just won't be next week, okay, due to your other court dates, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what date do we have?
It's April 11th at 9 a.m. I mean, April 1st at 9 a.m. work.
Oh, that's up, Mr. Cornish, does that work for you?
That works for me, Your Honor. Thank you.
No problem, we will reset both of these till April 1st at 9 a.m., okay, Mr. Gaines?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the
Not today, Your
people.
Honor. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Not today, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, Mr. Gaines.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Who is on the SO 16075?
That's a county jail device. I don't know why.
Maybe no one's there. Their video's not working. Is someone there from the jail? Okay, there it goes. What's your name? Sir, can you hear me? In the jail?
Yeah, it's James Nicholas.
Okay.
That's also Mr. Cornish, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Cornish, did you need to speak to him or are you ready to proceed?
Oh, Your Honor, if I could get just a couple minutes in a breakout room, I think we're going to be waiving the 21 on this one as well because of some other stuff going on, but I'd like to talk and confirm with him first.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll just add them to your current breakout.
I'll jump down the hallway and I'll be right back. I think.
Okay. Mr. Cornish, you said this is Mr. Purcell?
No, Your Honor, this is Mr. Nicholas.
Oh,
James
Mr. Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Got it.
Also a 21-day waiver.
Okay, I'm just waiting for Ms. Lacy to be available. Oh, there she goes.
Sorry.
No problem. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus James Ryan Nicholas. File number is 22-00424 FY, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Assistant Public Defender Steve Cornish on behalf of Mr. Nicholas, appearing via Zoom by consent.
Thank you. Today's the date that was scheduled for a probable cause conference. My understanding is that the defense is going to be requesting a waiver of the 21-day timeline. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. From the prosecution, I know he has another case pending. We had been working for a sobriety court style resolution. He's in the process of getting screened for that. We would like to accept that tentative offer of screening, which needs us to have a little more time. I think she had suggested we come back on 4/1 like we have from our other case.
Sounds good. Mr. Nicholas, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so because of the other case that you have pending and the potential of working out sobriety court, the court is going to find good cause to waive the 21-day timeline and give you a new date. Okay, sir?
Okay.
The April 1st at what time?
At 9.
Okay, so we're going to reset this for April 1st at 9 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Nicholas?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the
Nothing from the
people.
defense. Sorry, Andy. Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nicholas, you're all set. Thank you. Did we already get word back from Mr. Keithley on Fisher?
Mr. Cornish subbed in for him today, and that's just gonna be a continuation to the exam next week. Mr.
Okay,
Keithley had a
sounds-
matter with Judge Aquilina.
Okay, sounds good. So I think that takes care of all the 8:30s, correct?
Stephen.
Ooh, we still got Purcell.
That's 9.
I think
I'm-
Purcell's
I'll
at
get you next.
9.
Well, they got me here. Should I
I'll go
go
do
at
a breakout
9:30?
room.
No, you're fine. It's 9:03. You're on time.
I'm sorry.
You're
Forgive me.
fine. I just wanted to make sure we had taken care of the 8:30s first. Do you need to speak to him privately?
I would
Mr. Cornish?
appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I had to close the breakout room, but it was, the countdown was 60 seconds, so it's gonna take a bit before he comes back.
Nope.
Okay, you can hear us, sir?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
thank you. I can, yes, thank you. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Richard Purcell, file number 22-00625, FY council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Steve Cornish on behalf of Mr. Purcell, appearing via Zoom by consent.
Thank you. Today was the date that was scheduled for probable cause conference. Mr. Cornish, how are we proceeding on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. I did get the discovery packet. I think we got it late yesterday. I haven't had a chance to really go over the whole thing with Mr. Purcell. We were going to meet this afternoon again. I've already got that set up and scheduled. That having been said, I've been given consent to let the court know that he has been informed by his parole officer that they are violating him, and he will be getting shipped out likely tomorrow to MDOC. So I'm not certain how quick a turnaround Miss Lacy's office or this office can do a writ for him to be back. I've explained that, he understands that. So I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear, but it sounds like we might not be able to do this one next week. I don't know how that works with the writs and stuff from prisons.
Yeah, he's going to be returned to the Department of Corrections. You said this week?
He thinks it's tomorrow. He's supposed to talk to him today, I believe. That's what he was indicated by his parole officer.
Okay, we'd be able to submit a writ for next week, but I don't think it'd get processed timely, so due to that, I'll find good cause to adjourn the 21-day timeline, and I'll give him a new date. Okay, Mr. Purcell?
Yes, ma'am. Could we aim for as early, like in April? I heard you given April 1st as a date. Could we do that?
It'll probably be early April, because we're setting them as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
No problem.
We can do April 1st at 9 a.m.
April 1st at 9 a.m. Okay, Mr. Purcell?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. I gave her a chance that time.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Purcell.
Thank you. I'll see you later, Mr. Cornish.
Yes, sir.
You guys have a great day.
You too, sir.
You too.
Okay, let's see. I think that's all that I have from the jail.
Back downstairs.
Ms. Donnelly, have you heard from your client at all?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Melton is homeless. He didn't provide a phone number and not a really good mailing address either. And I can't find him on anywhere in custody on Vine Link.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll see if he logs in or walks in, I should say.
Yes, Your Honor.
You thought of that, no? Judge,
Yes.
doesn't appear that Daniel Melton has appeared, either in Zoom or in person.
Okay, well, it shouldn't be warrant.
Did you want a 48-hour hold on that, or would you like it to be immediate?
I'll do a 48-hour hold.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Donnelly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think that's all the criminal stuff that we have this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lacy.
Thank you, Judge.
We're good until 10, I think.